Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's been just a little minute, or maybe a hot minute. I am back. I didn't realize how long it had been. It's been about 1 month since I've done a live. So I'm back, and I'm doing something a little different today. So today is my very first official floss tube video. Hey everybody, welcome on in. So if you're not familiar with floss tube, it's something that I became familiar with when I was visiting my friend Lisa, whom is here. Hi Lisa, everybody say hi to Lisa in Florida. We visited a friend of mine from back in Connecticut, and she turned us on to floss tube, which is actually part of YouTube. You just search floss tube and up comes all these videos about cross stitch. So for those of you who are new to me, because this might be your first time watching me, I am a quilter by nature, by heart. I design fabrics, I design patterns, I design quilts, I teach, I do a lot of that. I have online classes, etc. But I also have done cross stitch, and until recently I hadn't done any cross stitch for a long time, probably years, probably talking 25 years or so, maybe as long as I've been quilting. But I recently jumped back into the game when I visited my friend Lisa in Florida, because my other friend got me into it. We went and visited her house, and holy moly, she had tons and tons of cross stitch around. She's also a quilter as well. So that's just a little bit about me. I have done cross stitch in the past, but now I'm getting back into it. I wanted to do some more handwork type stuff at nighttime when I'm sitting with my husband, watching a show or watching a movie, or when we're in our travels in the car. I've been doing it. So it's actually really great, and it packs up easy to travel. So, and I get beautiful things like this, as you see here. So I'm sure that you've seen me posting some of the cross stitch that I've done and some of what I'm working on. And I'm going to show you quite a bit of things today. I'm going to show you a few little tips and tricks, and also some little gadgets that you might like and that could transfer over into the quilting realm as well. So stay tuned for that. And I'm going to be asking you for your help towards probably the end. And I'm going to need your help. So I'm going to, you'll see what it is. I'll need your help. I'll need some interaction. And if you have questions, please hold them to the end, and I will answer whatever questions you have. And also, I will be doing a giveaway at the end. So buckle up. We're going to go for a little cross stitch ride. If you wouldn't mind sharing the video so that other like-minded crafters, quilters, cross-stitchers would join in and watch the video as well, because you never know what you might learn or who you might meet. So that would be awesome. And I'd like to also take the time to thank you all for joining me here on my Facebook channel. I am going to tell you one thing that will be changing in the near future. It might be the next time or possibly the time after, I'm not sure. But I'm going to move my live videos to my YouTube channel. And the reason behind that is because not everybody is on Facebook. Even though I do post my videos to my YouTube channel, I think it's going to be an easier way for most people to access it live, because you don't need an account on YouTube, but you do need one on Facebook. So I'm going to make a transition and move them over to there so you can still see me, and I'll still post the videos here on Facebook if you don't want to go to YouTube, but they just won't be live on Facebook. They'll be live on YouTube. So I just have to figure out the technicality aspect of that, but so it may be next time, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know ahead of time when it's going. So you know, and it's going to stay at the same time, same date. It's going to be Wednesdays at 1:30 Mountain Time. So that's not going to change. It's just going to change where it's going to be. So just watch out for that. Okay, so let's get started. So like I said, I haven't done cross stitch in a long time, and then I got started back up in December when my friend Lisa, who's here, and I decided to do a stitch along with each other. Okay, and this is what we chose. We chose this. This is from we got the pattern on Etsy from Vivian Powers, the Vivster. And actually, I think there's quite a few of you who had seen me posting about it who went ahead and purchased it too. It's a downloadable pattern, but it was a nice one to get back into the cross-stitching realm with because it's pretty simple, straightforward, and it's just, it's the rainbow color palette. So it's pretty. It goes in my studio. I am going to hang it above me over here when I get the next couple ones that I'm working on done and framed. And I framed this one just recently, so if you've been watching my posts, I wanted to do something super simple, and I couldn't find a frame that I wanted or that I liked. I had gone to Michael's. Actually, that was as far as I went, and I didn't see anything that I really liked. So I ended up going on Amazon. Thank you, Amazon comes through again. I wanted a simple white frame with a white mat. I just wanted it nice and simple and clean because of the rainbow palette. And any of you know me, you know how I love to work with color. As you can see from the quilt behind me, I love color. So this was a perfect one to start with. Lisa stitches just a little bit faster than me. She was done with it before I was, and so it gave me, it's nice to be stitching with somebody who is just a little bit ahead of you because it keeps you motivated to continue because you want to get there too. So if you have friends that are quilters or cross stitchers, try to find one who's just a little bit faster than you and you'll keep going. So sorry, I've got the sniffles. It's usually after I eat, I get the sniffles. I don't know why. Anyway, so sorry about that. But so I finished that and I'm really proud of it and I can't wait to hang it up. But then we decided that afterwards, after we finished this, we were going to do another stitch along. So I'm going to show you what we decided to do first before I show you this one that we actually got started on. So hang on, hold on to your hats. So I've got a bunch of things down here to show you. So that one was from the Vivsters. Now I'm going to switch to the overhead view so you can see. I'm going to put it here. So we decided we were going to work on this one from Satsuma Street. Okay. She was going to do, I have the warm version, and she was going to do the cool version, and then later on I would do the cool version, which we both have the warm and the cool version. Isn't this nice? And I went so far as to gathered all my floss together because she called for DMC floss, and until recently I didn't get my I got the Aurifil conversion chart because if you know, I am also an Aurifil designer. So I contacted Aurifil and I said, do you have a conversion chart for DMC to Aurifil? And she said, yes, we do. So I got that and I will be converting a lot of the patterns into Aurifloss because I like the Aurifloss. Not that I don't like DMC, but I like the Aurifloss. So anyway, so this is what we had decided we were going to work on as a stitch along. And then, good old me, I think it was like the next day, I don't know, Lisa, maybe you can chime in on this. I think it might have been the next day. I was trolling through Instagram, and I follow Jody Rice on Instagram. She's her handle is Craftnik, And she was announcing, by the way, her patterns are available on Etsy. And I will link everything in the description below. So if you're on YouTube, you'll find them below. On Facebook, I think it's still below, I think. Lisa said it was just a day or two after we gathered all the materials for this. So we did a total, 180. We still have this stuff, so this is on the list, okay? So we did a total 180, and then let me just set this aside so I can show you what we are currently in. Don't you just love my my bags? I need to make some bags, oh my gosh, to put my little projects in. And I can make the bags, right? Because we can. So anyway, that's what we were going to work on. But then we did a total 180, and we started working on Jody Rice's. She's doing a mystery, a secret stitch along. So we're actually doing this with a lot of other people around the world. And I know that there's a bunch of you that have also joined in on this because you saw me and Lisa working on this. And it's really fun. So this is part one, the little house with the peacock. It's called the Animal House. So every 2 weeks she releases a clue. And the first one is this house with the peacock. And then she released, and I got to just flip here. Whoops, wait a second. There we go. There's part two, the second part. Now Lisa is already on to, see, she's stitching a little ahead of me, which is good. Stay that way, Lisa. Just a little bit ahead of me. Not too far. A little ahead of me. The next part is zebra and a lion. And it's so cute, and I love the house because it's pink, and I love pink. But I'm going to show you where I'm at on this one. So this is where I'm at right now. I just have to put the peacock in here, and I'm going to work on that tonight because my husband and I are watching some Netflix. So I'm going to put the peacock, well, at least get started on it. We'll see how far I get. Last night I put the peace sign in. Tonight I'm going to work on the peacock, and then I can get started on part two, because I think, is it this Friday, Lisa, or next Friday? The second or the third part comes out. It might be this Friday. That's how far behind I am, just a little bit, just because I got sidelined of doing a lot of different things. So anyway, so let me just zoom in on this a little bit so you can kind of see my stitches, if you want to see the stitches. So you can kind of see they're pretty decent, I think, not too bad. And I am using this one. I'm doing on a 14 count Aida cloth, which is really nice. This one behind me here, the first one I showed you, I did on a 16 count Aida cloth. So it was a little bit smaller, a little bit harder on my eyes to begin with, but I'm going to show you a little tool that I use. I actually, when I'm sitting in the chair at night, I actually use, I have a big daylight, and there's a magnifying glass attached to it, and it's just the perfect height. So the magnifying glass is here in front of me, and I work with the cross stitch underneath it, and it really does help me so that my eyes are not tired afterward, which I really love. So actually, since I'm on that, I might as well show you. So my friend Kyra, and I'm going to show you how this works. My friend Kyra brought these over one day to a we were doing a little sew fest, okay? And these are actually magnifying glasses, and they actually have a little light here. I don't know if you could see. See, I turned the light on. I don't know if you could, there, the light goes on, okay? And then the cool thing is that the magnifiers themselves, they actually, you can change out the intensity of the magnifying to whatever works for you. So, which is super cool. So whatever you need, and I'll put them on and I'll show you how they go on. She had brought them over. Let me show you how they go on. I'll put a link for these. I got them on Amazon. So you put them on right over your glasses. So you can use the temples that are on here, or there is a strap that you can strap on your head. I prefer using the temples, and there's this little thing that rests right on the bridge of your nose. So you look like you're going to do surgery. So I keep my glasses on, and then just pull this in front of me, and then I use these actually. So now I'm looking at you, but if I look down, I'm looking through the magnifier, which is great. And I turn on the light, so then it actually lights up what I'm working on. Okay, and I actually use these on a road trip. When I went, we took my parents to California a couple weeks ago, and I stitched on this in the car using these, and my eyes were perfect. They didn't get tired or anything. It was really nice, and if I needed to change out the magnifier, I could. The light was great on there. So they just rest right on the top of the bridge of your nose, and you can wear them on with your glasses. The cool thing is that these are great for, let me put the overhead view again. These are great for even just hand piecing, like if you're doing English paper piecing. So you can see how it kind of magnifies everything there. Let's see there. Can you see how that magnifies that peace sign there? So that's really, really cool. Laura's asking if they're comfortable. Yes, they are. However, I will say one thing. After I wore them for 5 hours in the car, the bridge of my nose was, you can adjust the little clips on the bridge here so they're not too tight. But the bridge of my nose was getting a little tired, so I just took them off and rested it. But otherwise, they're comfortable. I mean, I have no problems with them. I don't think I would have liked the strap on the whole time. That's why I think I prefer using the temples. But they're great for anything, any kind of intricate work you're doing. So check these out, and I'll put the link in the description. So that's one of the little tools. Since I was talking about magnifying glasses, that's one of the little tools that I used. So also, while I'm here with showing you the project that I'm currently working on, I want to show you kind of how I have my floss organized. So I had started using a regular bamboo hoop, and then Lisa got me the Q-snap. Okay, so I'm currently using the Q-snap, and a lot of you have asked me what these little guys are. These are magnets which hold the fabric in place. So I'm going to show you these, and I'll put a link for these too. So I got them on, of course, Amazon. They come in this package. There was 30 in them, 30 in there. But basically, you can use these really for anything. They work great for this, and they'll also hold your needles as well. Let me pull one off. Lisa used it as a ponytail holder. So you could take this, and you can like wrap it multiple times around, like she wrapped it multiple times around her hair, and use it as a ponytail holder. You can wrap it around bags and things like food if you want, or you want to just seal up a bag of food, if like potato chips or something, or wires that are hanging if you want to get them a little neater, get the clutter out of the way. You can wrap them around, but they're great, and they're pretty strong magnets. And the nice thing I like about them is that it will hold my needles and my scissors if I want. And I like the fun colors, so it's pretty cool. So this was a pack. Lisa got these too, and it works really well. And I know Lisa had another tip for them. If you wouldn't mind putting the tip, I think it had something to do with a table or something. You can use it to like hold your pattern in place while you're working. while you're working with it. And I think Lisa had, Lisa had a couple pictures where she had her pattern attached to it, which looks pretty cool. It's a great way to do it. But anyway, that's what these are. I'll put a link for that in the description after I'm done and I post the video, so it'll be there. Lisa said they will also support your hooped work on the edge of, here, hang on, you can read this. I'll put it up here because I can't read the teeny tiny. They will also support your hooped work on the edge of a metal table like your patio table. There you go. So you can, you know, attach it to your metal table if you're outside working on the patio, etc. That's great. Thank you, Lisa. So they've got multiple uses. They don't have to just be cross stitch. Okay, so that's that. Now I want to show you how I'm organizing, and I know a lot of people. And this won't come off. I can't get this glue off of here. I don't know why. I've tried everything. I know a lot of people use the rings, but I got the little plastic bobbins for the DMC thread. So you're going to say, what is this mess going on here? Well, it's actually organized, believe it or not. These are all the little cutoffs from when I end a color on the cross stitch. Those are the cutoffs. These are the lengths that I've cut, and I'm only pulling one thread off to use, and then I double it over. So when I, like for instance, for this, let me see, which color was I working on? So this color was in the peace sign. So I needed, actually I only think I needed one strand on that, but like something like the orange or the yellow where I needed multiple strands, I had cut off a length from the original bobbin, cut off a length of it, and then I pulled one strand off, and then I put the rest of the length in here. So these are the ones that are the full, these are the full length of these colors here. These are all the colors that I'm using in this project. So these are every single color, and each color I put the coordinating, so let's see here. So that's the color number. There we go. See the color number? There, yep, there. There's the color number that I had gotten these little stickers from DMC on, and it just put the color number on the bobbin. So they're all upright. So when I need that color, I just go in and look for the color, cut off my length, pull one strand off, and put the rest of the length in here. When I'm completely done with the project, these all should probably be empty. Okay, and these are just the cutoffs. This was from, these here were from this project. So some of the colors that are in this project were in this project, so I just moved them over to here. So these are this is the current project. So that's how I organized it. And I know a lot of people use the key rings to organize. They put their bobbins on the key rings, and that's good too. This works for me, and I like it. It just keeps them out of my way and organized for me. All right, so that's that. Now, do you want to see? So what I found, these are some projects that I bought over the years. Some of them are kits. Okay, so let's switch. Hang on, let's switch back to here. So I bought some kits, and years ago, probably, well, maybe 20 years ago. I'm going to show you. So I'm a huge Charles Wysocki fan. If you're not familiar with Charles Wysocki, he was a painter. He's no longer living, but I loved his stuff. And he, at the time, Dimensions was doing some cross stitch. We have some of his prints in the house, which are great. But anyway, so this was a kit called Maggie the Messmaker, and let me put it on the overhead. So I bought the kit, and I loved it because I sew and I have cats, and you know that when you sew and you have cats, you need to do a cross stitch from Charles Wysocki. It has your singer featherweight here, your cat with all the threads and the yarns and all that, and everything that you could possibly have in it. And it came as a kit, okay? So that is on the someday to-do list. And I actually, it's funny because I actually didn't know that, I thought I had purchased it and I ended up buying a second one. They don't make them anymore, so if you could find it out there, you're great. So I bought a second one, and I ended up giving it to a friend because I was like, well, I don't need two because this is going to take me forever and a day. So that's one of the Charles Wysocki ones. And then I also bought this one because we have this print in our house. It's Frederick the Literate. And I love it because my husband and I love books, and we actually have this print. It's actually a very long print, and it's in my husband's office. And again, with the cat and the books, and just love it. And it came as a kit. And again, so there's your floss and your Aida cloth. This one's on a 14 count black Aida, and this one is on a 18 count beige Aida. So it's going to be much smaller stitches, or well, much smaller to look at, I should say. Someday I will get to them. I will, I promise. I will get to them. But they're here. Those are two that I found. So this, Lisa, I told you were going to be surprised at what I have. Wait till you see, I got more stuff here. So then another one that I got that I love, and my friend Nora was here visiting me, and we took her to, like we took Lisa when Lisa was here, we took Lisa to Frank Lloyd Wright. We have Taliesin West here, Frank Lloyd Wright's home and his school here. And this is, of course, very Frank Lloyd Wright. It is a saguaro forming cactus flower. So for those of you who don't know what a saguaro is, saguaros are those big, iconic cactus that you see with the arms, the really tall ones. So this is very Frank Lloyd Wright, and it's bright colors. And I had been admiring it because I'd been to Taliesin a couple times, and they sold it in the gift shop there. And I had been admiring it for a while, but I never picked it up. And so my friend Nora, apparently, I don't know how she did it, but she did it on the sly. She bought it while we were there, and then she left it in the guest bedroom on the dresser when she left as a thank you gift for us having her visit and all, which was really nice. So I have this, and yep, it's a kit, so it's got all the floss. And this one is on a very small Aida cloth. It is super, super tiny. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't, I don't think it says on here. The stitched area is 5.5 by 17 inches, but it doesn't say what the count is on the, but it's tiny. It's super tiny. So the magnifying glasses are going to come in handy. Okay, so that's that one. So you think I have enough time in my life to do all the quilts and the cross stitching I want to do? So then, and this might have been, I might have gotten these with Lisa. I don't remember. So I was at a quilt show, and I'm a huge Laurel Birch fan. And the Mill Hill had a booth there, and they had lots of cross stitch, and I couldn't resist. These are super teeny tiny, but I couldn't resist. So there's this one. This is called Feathered Friend because the cat has the bird. And then this one. And these are all, they all have, again, these are, they have the cloth, they have, and these have the actual beads too, so that's kind of cool. So they've got the floss and the beads and the fabric. So this one's got a green Aida cloth, and this one's got like a blue Aida cloth, and I think this one also has beads just around the front. So these are tiny. These are only 5 by 5s. And then I got this one because I love sugar skulls. They're just bright and colorful, and it's also a 5x5, and this also has beads. It's got lots of beads and also a button. So, and this one is, I don't know what kind of cloth that is. I don't know. It's not really, it doesn't look like really cloth. It looks like maybe punched fabric, maybe, or I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, but those are some of the other ones that I got. So those are some to do. Isn't this crazy? Who knew I had so much cross stitch waiting for me to do? It's kind of like all the quilt projects that I have lined up, right? Okay, so then when Lisa was out here with our friend Janet, we went to Quiltcon, because Quiltcon was in Phoenix, and I purchased this cross stitch pattern. This was one of the booths had it there, and I loved it. It's a Carolyn Manning design. She did it on green Aida cloth, but I didn't want to do it on a green, so I wanted to do it on white. So I have the white Aida cloth. Okay, I have the white, and I also have all my floss. Isn't that pretty? It's very citrusy. So we went to, we not only went to Quiltcon, but we also went down to Attic Needleworks, which is right here in the valley. So we went down there to that shop, and they have tons and tons of cross stitch and tons of supplies. So I got all my floss there. I got my Aida cloth there, which was great. So this is another project. So is it crazy? Am I crazy? So anyway, so that's another project, and this was one that who knew I was going to get started on a different stitch along first. Anyway, so this will get done, and this, I'm not sure the size of this one. It's on the inside of this, but it's not too bad. I think it may be 14 inches by, let's see. Let me see what it says. If she has the size on here, on the chart. Yep, 14 count is going to be 9 1/4 by 9 1/4, so 14 count Aida cloth. And then of course, if you do a different type of cloth, the size is going to change. So that's another one that's in the works. So now, let's see. Okay, so I have no more down there, but this is the exciting news that I was alluding to in my posts up to now. I actually have been enjoying doing the cross stitch so much since December that I've decided, and you're probably wondering why my twist and shout quilt is up behind me. I have decided to design my own cross stitch, which I have started, and I have one almost complete for you, and you guessed it, it's my twist and shout. So now you can have the quilt, because I've got the pattern for the quilt, and I now have a pattern almost ready to go to you guys for a cross stitch. How cool is that? So this is where I need your help. So, and I'm actually working on another one right now too, and that's almost done. Just taking a little more tweaking. So believe it or not, there's a little bit of a learning curve to get it into a cross stitch pattern, but working with design programs for me has become almost secondhand. So didn't take too long. Got it down. Still got to figure out some of the quirks, but I'm going to give you, I need your help here. So I'm going to show you a couple things, and you're going to see what the cross stitch is going to actually look like, because I was sending Lisa, for those of you who don't know, and I keep talking about Lisa is like my right-hand lady. She is a sounding board for me. She is a great friend. She helps me out with all my deadlines. So over the past week or so, I was sending to her cover sheets that I kind of made up for the new twist and shout cross stitch, and she was giving me her opinion, and the jury's still out as far as I'm concerned. I'm not really sure. She has a definite opinion, But I really want your opinion, and this is where I want you guys to vote, and I want you to vote in the comments. So if you're watching it now, you can put your vote in the comments. I'm going to give you 4 to select from. We're going to do them A, B, C, and D. So vote A, B, C, or D in the comments, and we'll see which one actually wins. So I'm going to start putting them up on here. So let's see. There is one of the covers. Okay, let me shrink it down just a little bit so I can get a couple more up here. So that would be A. That's what the cross stitch is going to look like. Isn't that pretty? It's going to look just like the quilt. So we're going to cover my face here in a second because we're going to get these other ones up. Here's the second one. These are ones that I've been playing with. I'm shrinking them down so I can try and get all 4 on the screen for you to see. That's the second one. So that's B. Here is, and there's just subtle differences between them. And this is C. Let me shrink it down even more. I'm going to have to move these over to get D on there. Let's see. There's A, B, C, and let's see if we can get D on here. All right, here's D coming up to you in a second. Let me move it over here. Let me get it smaller. I might need to stagger these a little bit just so you can see. Let me get it a little, whoops, don't go off the screen. Okay. All right, so we've got A, B, C, and D. So you can kind of see there's very subtle differences like logo or color, but that's what it's going to look like. The cross stitch will look like what's in the frame there. And it will be a PDF download. No hard patterns yet, but I'm really looking for a good opinion as to what you think as far as what the cover should look like. I mean, you're going to be the ones who are stitching it and purchasing it, so it'd be nice to kind of get, you know, a good opinion. I have a couple favorites, and I'm not quite sure which way to go. So that's why I'm asking y'all. So I appreciate any help I can get. Now, here's the giveaway. I am going to do a giveaway of this pattern. So what I would like to do is the pattern's not quite ready yet. I'm still making a few tweaks, but I'm going to do a giveaway of this. I'm going to keep it open for 2 weeks up for, oh no, it have to be, let's see, what's next week? Oh no, I think it could be 2 weeks. I'll keep it open for 2 weeks, and then just trying to think of what the date is. Can somebody throw out what the date is next, in 2 weeks from now? I don't even remember what the date will be. I know that I'm going to be away one Wednesday, and I don't want to do the giveaway on that particular Wednesday. So if you can tell me what the date is, at least I'll know if I can get that giveaway done that Wednesday. Anyway, so I'll keep the giveaway open, and I'm going to have 2 people are going to win this pattern. June 8th, I think. Okay, Amy, thank you. June 8th. Awesome. Thank you, Betsy. So I'll close down the giveaway on the 8th, and then I'll probably announce them like the next day or maybe the following week, because I won't be here on the 8th. So we'll probably do the Watch Me Wednesday the following week. Anyway, so I'll do 2 giveaways, but here's what you need to do. You need to vote on which cover you like the best, and then also, if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up on YouTube, not here on Facebook. So go to my YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description here. So head to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. Tell me you voted, subscribed, and give it a thumbs up on my YouTube channel. And in 2 weeks, on June 8th, I will close the giveaway. I'll probably draw the winner the next day, and then I'll probably announce that I'll draw 2 winners, and then I'll announce it the following week. And then you'll have something cool to stitch. And then maybe you can do a stitch along with me, because this is going to be the next one I stitch. This one here. So not somebody else's, my own, which is going to be kind of cool. And hopefully by then, I'll have the next one already worked out as well, too. So, or at least on its way to fruition, because I'm working on it. So, but I think it's pretty cool. So, anyway, so vote A, B, C, or D for your cover sheet. And then definitely share the video for sure. Now, so I've got them up here. I'm going to take them down, take one last look. A, B, C, or D. So A here, whoop, there. B, B, C, or D all the way over here. D. Okay, take one last look, take your vote. I'm going to take them down here, and then I'm going to see if you guys have any questions. And I'm just curious too, did you enjoy the floss tube? Did you like the little tips and technique, little things like I had tips and all the whips that I have, all those works in progress that I'm gonna hopefully get to someday, right? I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, so let me scroll back and see if there's any questions. And I love it. You're all voting. Awesome. And it looks like it looks like such a mixed bag of answers. Let's see. Allison says that that looks like punched paper. She used that on Christmas ornament. Oh, for the skulls. Yeah. Maybe that is what it is, Allison. It's punched paper. And Lisa said, so Lisa, you're probably right. I think you're right. So she says that we picked these up. Did you pick some up too, Lisa? We picked these up in Houston at Quilt Market or Quilt Festival 2018 or 19. Let's see. I'm scrolling back. Let's see. Now let me scroll forward. Okay. There is a delay, so if you have questions, I'm not going to see them right away. But I really hope you enjoyed it. I had fun doing this today, it was a little something different. Oh, and I will put the link, by the way, for my quilt pattern too in the description. Let's see. Lisa says she picked up 1, 2, but haven't made it yet. Mine has a bicycle. Lisa, so see, you picked up 1. You were very conservative. I picked up 3. I had high hopes. I don't know. But again, you stitch a lot faster than me. You get that bicycle done. Lickety split. I swear to God. But we do the same thing with quilt projects, right? We're like, oh, I love that pattern. And you gather all the fabric. And I have, trust me, I have projects over there. And a lot of them need to get done. And there are, slowly but surely. But I'm one of those people who enjoys the process. So I like taking my time and doing it and really getting into the process. And that, for me, is part of the enjoyment of the whole thing. So anyway, well, listen, everybody, if you have no questions, I thank you again for joining me. I really, really appreciate you keeping me company today and every time I do a Watch Me Wednesday. And remember, I'm going to start doing the lives on YouTube. I will let you know the lives will be there, but it's the same day on Wednesday at 1:30 Mountain Time, so that's not going to change. You just don't need an account for YouTube, so that's really cool. So there's going to be a lot more people who will be able to join that don't have a Facebook account and want to join in. Let's see, Sheila has a question. Do not feel bad. I have a ton of projects. This was wonderful. Thank you. I'm so glad that you have a ton of projects too, Sheila. I appreciate that. And glad there are more out there like me. That's for sure. Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate it. I'm glad you don't miss my shows. Today's been a great day. I really, really enjoyed doing it, and thank you for spending some time with me. I know we all have valuable time, and I appreciate you coming and spending the time with me. I love you all, and I can't wait to see which cover I'm going to do for my very, very first cross stitch pattern and who the 2 lucky winners are going to be. So stay tuned and make sure you vote on the cover and you head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Otherwise, see you all. Have a fantastic week. Happy quilting, happy stitching, and have a fantastic rest of your week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.